One of the biggest questions I often get asked since I have started talking about my PCOS journey and everything that I struggle with PCOS is, Chege, which inositol brand should I buy? Right? So I'm going to be talking about that in this video. So my name is Chege. If you're just with me for the first time, I talk about PCOS, fertility, and hormonal imbalance and everything that there is to that topic. So if you know somebody who is struggling with PCOS or somebody who is trying to conceive, please share this video to them, as it will be very, very helpful in their PCOS journey. So one of the biggest questions I get asked is, Chege, which inositol brand should I buy? And in this video, I'm going to be telling you my personal experiences with the two types of inositol that I have used, right? So if you're not new to PCOS, or of course, if you're not new to PCOS or you have struggled with PCOS, you might have heard of inositol, right? And in this whole PCOS journey, one inositol brand that is very, very much talked about and people still talk about is 𝐈𝐍𝐻𝐿. I have used 𝐈𝐍𝐻𝐿. I can tell you with my personal experience that 𝐈𝐍𝐻𝐿 is amazing. Through the period I was using 𝐈𝐍𝐻𝐿, I had my cycle, my egg quality was amazing, my cravings for sugar and processed food reduced, you know, all those things that come with PCOS, mood swings and the rest. I felt better with them. So inositol is 𝐈𝐍𝐻𝐿 is an amazing brand of inositol. But then again, I have used other inositol brands. And this video is going to be very, very straight to the point. And I can tell you for a fact that, but one of the things that I'm going to say before I say what I want to say is, one thing that I experienced personally with using inositol is that I noticed that inositol works with herbs. Like, inositol is amazing if you are incorporating the right herbs. Right? So I'm going to make another video talking about herbs that I have used for PCOS alongside inositol that really, really helped me. But in this video, we are focusing on inositol. Another thing that, or rather, one of the things that I read about and I found out about while I was trying to study about inositol and how it's beneficial for my health, apart from the things that I have already experienced, beautiful things I've experienced with inositol, is I got to find out that my body actually, or our bodies actually produce the 𝐞𝐈 inositol already. Jiggets. So that being said, you really do not need an inositol brand that has the 𝐞𝐈 inositol. It is not a must that you must buy an inositol brand that has the 𝐞𝐈 inositol. But then 𝐈𝐍𝐻𝐿 has a very, very high popularity, very high success rates, right? I've had lots of women who come to me and just buy 𝐈𝐍𝐻𝐿. They buy just 𝐈𝐍𝐻𝐿. They don't even buy anything else. And then they get their cycle. And most people who this 𝐈𝐍𝐻𝐿 or inositol would greatly, greatly help, I would say, if you're a woman who is struggling with insulin-resistant PCOS. If you're struggling with insulin-resistant PCOS, you're struggling with post-pill PCOS, inositol would definitely do a great job for you. But then again, inositol is not for everybody. Yes. If you are a PCOS woman, because see, the fact that you have PCOS doesn't mean that you have high sugar levels. So some people don't know that the fact that you are struggling with PCOS doesn't mean that automatically you are insulin resistant. There are people who struggle with PCOS, they are not insulin resistant. I, for one, I struggle with something called adrenal PCOS, which is English is not my language. Which is known for you having high levels of male hormones. Do you understand? So if you're struggling with insulin resistance, it means that your testosterone level definitely goes up more than it should. Like, not all PCOS women who struggle with PCOS has high testosterone level, but women who struggle with adrenal PCOS experience high levels of testosterone in their body, right? So like I've always said, and I've made videos about it, all PCOS types are not the same. There are 4 different types of PCOS, and their symptoms can be similar but not always the same. So if you're going to take inositol and you know that your type of PCOS is not insulin resistant, you need to be sure that you don't struggle with low sugar levels. If you struggle with low sugar levels, you should not be taking inositol, right? But then again, let's go back to the reason why we are making this video. I have taken ovasitol, and I have taken inositol powder, right? I've taken other brands of inositol. I've taken ovasitol, I've taken other brands of inositol. And one thing that I will tell you for sure is that there is no difference. There is absolutely no difference. I often advise women these days, if you have been recommended by your gynae to take inositol, please buy an inositol brand that you can afford. You do not necessarily need to take ovasitol. Neither do you need to take this brand of inositol powder. You could do inositol pills. As long as it is a good brand, you can take it. You do not need, see, the fact that it is ovasitol does not mean you are in a box that you must take ovasitol itself, right? I have taken ovasitol and I have taken other inositol brands, and I can tell you that the same results I got from ovasitol is the same results I got from the other inositol brands. My period came, I ovulated, my body was functioning better, you understand? And let me burst your bubble safe. It is not everybody that this ovasitol works for. There are women who buy this ovasitol, they take 4 cups of it, as expensive as this thing is, and it still doesn't work for them. The fact that you have PCOS does not mean that what Mrs. A took would work for you as Mrs. B. It doesn't mean that what Mrs. B took will work for you as Mrs. C. So our bodies are different. So the fact that you're struggling with PCOS with the next person does not mean you and that next person need to take the same thing, which is always what I teach when I coach women who struggle with PCOS. I often teach women who struggle with PCOS that your symptoms can be similar with somebody else's symptoms. Does not mean the both of you are struggling with the same thing with your PCOS. You understand? So do not let anybody pressure you. Don't let anybody deceive you. Don't let anybody put any this thing on you that you must buy ovasitol. It doesn't have to be ovasitol. It could be any good inositol brand. In fact, I have seen women who took Wholesome Story, I think that's the name of the brand, inositol, and got their period faster than when they were taking ovasitol. I have seen women who took ovasitol and did not even get a cycle at all. But when they took other inositol brands, they got a cycle. But I have seen women also who take ovasitol, just 1 cup of this ovasitol, and they got a cycle. And their bodies became better. So it is not really about the brand of inositol that you take. It is about buying a good brand of inositol. So if you need inositol, if your gynecologist have told you that you need to take inositol, please buy an inositol that you can afford. Inositol is inositol. It doesn't have to be ovasitol. I hope in this video I have been able to convince you and not to confuse you that you do not need a very expensive brand of inositol. If you are struggling with PCOS, please buy an inositol brand that you can afford. If you are just seeing me for the first time, my name is 𝐶HEGE. As I've said before, please, if this video made any sense to you, please click on give this video a thumbs up, share this video to a woman who you know is struggling with PCOS. It could be your wife, it could be your sister. Share this video to them, and please let them know that it doesn't have to be an expensive brand of inositol, because PCOS and fertility, this fertility journey can be draining financially. So in any way that you can actually manage the small money that you're managing, I will come here and I will give you updates. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you in my next video. Bye.